Itu sebabnya tuan-tuan dan puan-puan dipersilakan Mr. Steven Yeam.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. Selamat pagi. Okay, I am very sure you have been waiting here for a long time, right? Don't worry, the moment have come. How are you feeling today? Now, whenever you go for a seminar, the most difficult part is being the early birds, waiting for the rest. But for me, I always love to come early. You know why? Early birds always catches the best worms. Have you ever found that when you come early to a hall, get to know each other? Am I correct? Don't only stick to your friends whom you know. When you know each other, you communicate. When you know each other, you share, and then you know a new friend. And that's how I develop my business all around Asia Pacific. But today, this morning, I'm actually not in the best moment of time because one of my relatives just passed away. But due to commitment, I told my family that I will go to the funeral later. So I hope that these 45 minutes I will be able to intrigue or able to help you to understand more about what today's topic is all about. So are you ready? Yes. Now for those of you who are not in my industry and for those of you in other industry, today I'm not going to talk about MLM. So don't worry. No membership will be asked to be joined, okay? So relax, all right? Now the first question is this. A lot of people ask me, Stephen, how did you succeed in your life? So basically, I tell them there's so many, we call it as the ingredients required to bake the perfect cake. But for me today, I will follow the agenda that the organizer have put on, which is planning, credibility, and discipline. I do not know how many of you here actually have the motivation to be successful in life. Ada tak? Ada mimpi nak jadi seorang yang berjaya? Do you have that dream? Anyone here, regardless you're from insurance line, unit trust, for me is this, if you don't have the drive that you want to be someone different, you can never be anyone at all. You believe me? When you meet someone, okay, when you meet someone who is successful, they always open their ears and listen. Because they believe in listening, you'll be able to capture, understand, and learn from those who succeed. But for those people who are not successful, normally they do not like to listen. Am I correct? And when they listen, they tell everybody, kalau ada pun, bukan saya. This is the problem. I was sitting in the VIP room with a lot of distinguished guests, speakers, honorable speakers which has been around the market for so many years. And we found out one major thing that is holding back Malaysia. No matter how much the government put in the effort to increase the business mindset of the society, but we found out there's something missing. You know what's that? The correct mindset. We have to eliminate one mindset. It is tidak apa attitude. Besoklah, lusalah, nanti. Am I correct? You always say, it's fine, let's do it tomorrow. Let's do it after Raya. Then let's do it after Deepavali. Next is, no, let's do it after Christmas. No, since Christmas is coming the end of the year, let's do it after Chinese New Year. And then you go all around again and again, and then you complain. Why people get rich and I'm not? It's my father's fault. My teacher didn't teach me to be a millionaire. They only taught me about theories. So the problem is that the mindset. Friends, I stand upon here not to talk about only success. Every speaker can share with you about success, about what they have done. But for me, it's very important is that do you understand, no matter how much you learn, no matter how many seminars you attend, deep inside, it's you are the one who makes the difference. It is not what you hear. You follow what I'm saying here? Yeah. So hari ini, I want to share with you a few things, okay? But before I share with you a few things, I'd like to just introduce myself to you, all right? Most of you may have heard my name. Thank you very much. I'm a very humble and simple person. And I always love to be at a low profile. Why? Because when you're low profile, you go everywhere, anywhere, and nobody knows you, which is good. Honestly speaking. But when you are high profile, you need bodyguards. And wherever you go, you feel that you are never, in the sense that, have freedom. So for me, I love to be low profile, okay? And some of you know me by knowing me in this industry as MLM. When we hear MLM, everybody tends to have, a scare, oh my God, is this industry again? Again, it is an industry, either you like it or not, and it is a booming industry. So I have been, I'm born in KL, okay, when I was 18 years old, I got involved in this industry, which is the most misunderstood industry in the world. And when I was 21, okay, I made my first million in this industry. And then what I did is that I found, not that Malaysia is no good, I found that I need to get out from Malaysia and I have to travel to different places. Why? To be able to absorb more knowledge so that one fine day I could bring all this knowledge back to Malaysia and help to build Malaysia into an international level. And what I did is, many friends told me, go to America, go to the States, this is where this industry is being formed. No, go look east, go to Japan, there is the booming market. And some say, go to Australia, you can meet lots of kangaroos, things like that. But somehow, someone told me in Cantonese, 去香港啊, go to Hong Kong. And for information, I'm Chinese, but I can't read and write Chinese. So I'm a very bad Chinese, all right? So somehow I told myself, all right, why not? So I flew to Hong Kong. I can't read and write Chinese. I know friends, no relatives. I just bought a ticket and I flew over there, and that's how I began my journey in Hong Kong. My friend, Hong Kong is a cosmopolitan country. Nothing happened if there is no reason. Every day, every minute is about money. No joke. The property today, as you know, in Hong Kong, is one of the most expensive in the world. There is one unit of property sold in Hong Kong, 1 square feet, it's 35,000 ringgit. If you times it, 1,000 square feet is 35 million ringgit. You pay to stay in a 1,000 square feet. Usable area, 70 or 65%. It's crazy, And like just now a gentleman was saying, the parking you pay to buy a parking lot, it's about 600,000 ringgit. So life in Hong Kong is fast. Everybody is busy surviving. And everybody do not want to waste time in the market. So therefore, I found everybody in Hong Kong, they walk faster, they talk faster, they eat faster, they drink faster. Everything is fast. And I have to take lots of adjustment because in Malaysia, everything is slow and steady, Mike. Yeah. So I went there, I was like, Langkabut, But I found one thing. When you want to succeed in life, you have to learn to be a chameleon. You know chameleon? It will change its colors according to where they are. If you apply your mindset where you are from to a different country, you will definitely fail. So what I did is, I told myself, if I want to succeed, I have to mix with the culture. I have to understand the culture. I got to learn and love the culture. Otherwise, tak mungkin, impossible, even to sustain in Hong Kong. So what I did is, it took me 3 years, 3 solid years to understand how people in Hong Kong actually operate and move around. When I was in Hong Kong, you have taken the MTR, the subway. So one day I was standing there, I saw a girl, obviously a girl, not a guy, a girl, and I smiled, and she screamed rape. This is how Hong Kong are. And when you smile at a person, they look at you as if you're trying to take the money away. So life is totally different in Hong Kong. And friendliness, like see Malaysia, if today, example, you heard a friend of yours, a colleague sick, normally you say, why do I come and visit you? Am I correct or not? Malaysian style. In Hong Kong, if you do that, they think you're in love with them. It's totally different. And in Hong Kong, nobody wants you to go to their house. They do not want you to come to their house because most of them do not live in a good area. So it's very close, uptight, and they don't open up. Not strip, open up. in a sense that they don't tell you whom they are, what they are. You got to find your ways. So it was very tough, interesting. I met lots of people, from ordinary people to people as big as the assistant of Lee Ka-sing, billionaires. I've been with them, the way they spend. They can have a bottle of wine for 45,000 ringgit. One night, they can have 10 bottles. They are rich. Well, I have met many friends. I have met people who are poor, who can't even afford to survive each month with a family. So I mixed with all walks of life so that I understand the people in Hong Kong. 3 years it took me to understand them, and then I start to understand what I want, where I can go, and how far I could go. Today I'm very proud because being a Malaysian in our industry, okay, it is not easy to survive overseas. Being an independent distributor that fly all the way from Malaysia to a country we have no friends and no relatives, no lines, no network. I managed to build a giant network in all around Asia Pacific, and I'm very proud of that. Yeah, and of course, every moment of time when people ask me what is your secret, okay, today I want to share with you 3 points which I'm very sure that you have saw in your booklet or in the poster, which is planning, credibility, and of course discipline. Now, I see many of you here are more experienced than me, more senior than me, more successful than me. I'm very humbled to be on stage to share with you. These are my own personal opinions, and I believe for those of you here who are looking forward to enter into a new industry, okay, an IES, or you call it as independent entrepreneur, maybe this could help you, all right? Well, whatever you do in life, okay, the first thing I think and I believe that you ought to do is you're going to plan out. Now, planning is very simple. Stephen, planning, I plan every day. You know, I write down what I want to achieve, my goals, blah, 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 blah. No, planning is easy to plan, but to execute and control a plan is different. You plan to get married when you are 21, end up you're 41, still not married. You plan to be rich when you are 31, now you are, example, 41, you're still struggling. Planning is simple, but to make your plan become reality is totally two different subjects. Now, what makes my planning, okay, become so real and it's achievable is because I dare to dream, okay? Now, dreaming is something all of us do every night, am I correct? Because, you know, if you don't dream, you have no motivations. If you don't have a vision, if you do not have something you want, your plan can never move forward. My biggest motivation for me when I planned my planning was I either go back to Malaysia, like those days in China, you want to become a zhongyun, you know, you ride a horseback, then you're successful. So for me, I told myself, if I want to be, if I go to Hong Kong, the only way I come back is 2 ways. One, I come back a multi-millionaire, or 2, I come back in a plastic bag. Yes, that is my target. I cut off all my doors. All my doors, I resigned from all the companies I was with. I was making very good income. Because why? I need to cut off everything. So I have only one direction. If I have more than one direction, more than one door, what will happen is this: I will procrastinate. I will start to think and start to choose, and at the end of the day, no direction will be the right direction. So I cut off my main supply in the sense that I switch off my tap. Now I will look for a new tap. So I got nowhere else to go except forward. Motivations from where? People ask me. Because when I was at your age or younger than you, or maybe when you were younger, I have a problem in my family is this. Everybody in my family, relatives, look down upon us. I don't know why. Maybe it's the culture. Maybe people like to do that when they're rich. And I promised myself that I do not want my family to go through the same situation like they've gone through before. So that was a very strong motivation. It's not about fast car, big house. It wasn't that. It was like making it big so that my parents can feel tall and can walk with their chin up, rather than each time they just put their head down. And today, they're very proud of me. Because why? They can have whatever they want. And obviously, one thing is this. They are so proud because they can always tell their friends. You see, the funny thing about parents is, you give them money, they don't spend. Do you know that? They keep for you. But what they like is when they go out and talk to their friends, they're silent. Tengok anak saya, bagus mah Hong Kong, you know. Your son. Old people like that. You know, we call it in Chinese silent, you know. This is one part of life that everybody have different requirements. So for me, the first thing is that planning. Planning is not the content. You can plan 6 months, 3 months, 4 months, 10 months, 1 year, 10 years. For me, planning is knowing the beginning, why I'm there, and end of the day, where I want to go. In between, yes, you should have lots of skeletons, we call this as points you should do. But for me, the in-between will change as time change. If you fix your planning, it may not be correct when the moment comes. But for me, it is the beginning and it is the destination where I want to go. In between is the mindset. So I'm a bit different, okay? So for me, where I want to go, I don't know richness, kekayaan, okay? What is richness? How much do you think you need to have to consider yourself to be rich? 1 million? 10 million? I want as much as possible. When you don't have money, or when you are looking for richness, you have a figure, which is 1 million or 10 million. But when you have money, it's no longer money. It's power, Stephen. Oh, yes, some will go for power, but some will go for expansion, recognitions. And me, I'm not two of that. For me, is maybe I tell you, you will laugh. This guy is just trying to please everybody. For me, is to make the world a better place for everybody to live. I always believe everyone should have an equal opportunity. Not only the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. How many people I could help, and this is how much karma I will make for my future. So for me, it's just extending myself, and I always got to pay forward. And for that, I receive so many people's, they believe in me, they trust me, and then they follow me wherever I go, not because how much they could make, but the sincerity and the honesty that we contribute into the planning. So friends, you must know, why are you here today? What's the objective if you start a business? I want to be rich. Fine, great. To what extent? When you put it into paper, you better work. You better work very, very, very hard. Because why? Most of us here in Malaysia have one problem, is besides tidak apa attitude. You know what is that? We tend to be satisfied very easily. We make a little money and they talk about, I want to get married. We make some money, I want to take a break, have a holiday. Make a bit more, I think it's time to retire. Why? Where is the motivation? You have not even seen the whole. Who have been to the entire Malaysia? All the states? Anyone? Good, but not all of you. How about the rest of you? And you say you want to retire. And how about the whole Asia? I flew to half of the world. I've been to every country, and it's so intriguing and it's so beautiful. Why that you want to retire and stop? This is a wrong, I wouldn't say it's a wrong attitude. I would say that if God gives you a chance to make money, you maximize it. Otherwise, God will take it back. Bila ada rezeki, jangan dibazir, betul tak? Kalau tidak, diambil pulang pula. Nanti you complain pula. This is the situation. So please, my dear Malaysian, regardless you are in any industry, for me is this: you need to drop that mindset. Otherwise, Malaysia will not be able to reach into the international level, because the people constitute the success of the country. Not only the government, it's the people. If the people can do well and the people mindset is correct, eventually the government will work with us. Eventually, with this cooperation, the country will become so successful. It's us, it's you, it's me, it's every one of us here that makes the future of Malaysia, not only the government. So I think it's enough of complaining it's the government's fault. We're going to change this attitude. Don't ask how much the government give it to you or give you. Ask how much you can offer to the government or to the community. This is very serious, okay? So planning. So please find out, because I'm going to share with you briefly, because 45 minutes, I don't think that any of us here can do much. The second part, which I tend to learn very, very uniquely, and I realize that this is very important in the world. Even you are in Malaysia or you are anywhere in the world. Credibility. Your credibility. What is credibility? Your credit level in the society is called credibility. Who are you? Some of you will be portrayed as a man who talks a lot but no action. Some of you will portray, make promises but you never deliver. Some will portray that you are, example, when you go for karaoke, you have to invite John. If John is not there, there's no fun. But when you mention, hey, let's get John on board the business. John, you're going to be kidding me. He's good for karaoke, but not in business. So what level of credibility you have in the market, it's all about what you do before, during, now, and of course, the future. I don't know. I met a lot of CEOs in Hong Kong. Rich, my friend. When I say rich, they are rich. When I sit with them, they're very humble. The first question I asked them was, can you tell me how you became so rich? And he smiled and said, young man, don't rush. You can be fast. You can move fast, but don't rush. When you rush, you'll fall. In business, if you rush, you get stuck financially. When you are an employee, when you rush, you get your colleagues around you to hit you. When you do anything, don't rush, but you can be fast. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say to you. Because in this world today, people will ask you, who is that guy? First thing they check, who are you? If today you employ a staff, you ask them for their past history experience, right? Who are you? You are a person full of crap. Example, you think people would like to hire you? Or you always borrow money and don't pay back? Or you always create lots of misunderstanding or political problems in the office? Is that your credibility? Or your credibility is, he is hardworking, dedicated, committed. When you say, do it, no second option by saying, no, I'm not free. Who are you? What are you in the market? It took me many years to establish myself. You know what I have in Hong Kong? Am I smart? Nobody knows. Are you smart? People don't know you are smart or not. Am I correct or not? Who am I today and who are the speakers today below here? They established the credibility not for one day, it's for years and years of experience. And so-called people recognize for their effort and they believe them, therefore they gain their credibility. Friends, it is not difficult, but you got to set an example. There's a saying, if a preacher preach something and don't do what they preach, you think the preacher is good? Most of people in the world will tell their people, you know what, you have to wake up early, start early, but yet they sleep to 12 in the noon. And they tell their people, you got to work hard, that's how you succeed, but they don't work. They say a different thing, but yet they do a different thing. So what happens is this, they're hypocrites. So for me, I always say something, if you really mean what you say what you mean what you say. Because why? People believe in you, but you're going to do and show them what you have said. So today, if you ask me, to get credibility is to establish yourself in the market whom you are, not what you can do only. We have a lot of people today, I see, some of you know me, some of you may not know me, and all of you here have your credibility among your friends. Am I correct or not? Some of you, when you call, okay, friends will come and help you, but some of you call, no one come. Why? The same thing is this. Today, you ask yourself, Do your friends invite you out each time for a drink or for dinner? If seldom invites you, something is wrong with you. Or the other way around, do you always invite people for events? The pros, the method. If you are living for the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years in this so-called earth that we are living in, and nobody invites you for outings or even for dinner, then you got to think, why? Am I an alien? Do I have 6 eyes and 10 legs? Why? There must be a reason why. Oh, because I'm not fun. Would you like to invite a friend who is boring to go to your party? Do you like to invite a friend who always gossip about you to go for a dinner with all your friends? Would you like to invite people who will come to your gathering and pinch all your connections away? And yet tell people, you know Stephen? My God, he's a hypocrite. Example. So who are you? For me, I'm very direct. I only put people who are positive around my circle. I do not keep negative friends around me. I do not allow them to come near. Because people who are negative always makes you negative. And if you mix with people who will fail, obviously it's unfair to say this, but if you meet people who always fail, you will always fail. It's where you are born, what you do is not how good you are, it's with whom you are doing with and who is influencing you. So friends, credibility. When you are in Malaysia, you may have friends, your so-called students, or so-called your colleagues, they know you. But when you go to a new country, to start a new, fresh, so-called credibility is totally different. So my method was this. God gave me and gave you something that we all have. And I became successful because of the same thing we have today. You know what's that? I was very, 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 very hardworking. I never stop every moment. Anything I need to do, I do it first. Till today, I am still very hardworking. I travel 25 days of my life every month. I stay in hotels more than my own bed. In fact, I see my daughter lesser each month when time flies. Why? Because of commitments. And people know if he can sacrifice so much, then you will gain your credibility in what you're doing. Image is credibility. Are you a firm gentleman? Are you a playful gentleman? Are you a sociable gentleman? Or you are a person people try to avoid? Build that credibility, because why? It will pay you back. It pays back after maybe 10 years. It wouldn't happen immediately. It accumulates. If you're a person who like to lie, cheat, and con people, you also accumulate this credibility, which is called no credit. When you mention John, my God, no. This is how it builds. Friends, credibility. I do not know how high or how good your credibility is, but for me, it takes lots of effort to build. It's not how much you make. I don't know. Honestly, in this room here, I see many, many rich men here. I see some of the speakers here who have turned over hundreds of millions of dollars a month. Yes, they are rich. But yet, where is their credibility? It's totally different. If you have the correct credibility, people will come to you. Not only people who are rich, no. We want anyone, any walks of lives, wherever you go, they want to know who are you. This is the best part of what I believe I have done, is to establish a very humble, down-to-earth credibility whereby people know who am I. So I hope that this second point you understand. The third thing, which is, again, you may have great planning, great beginning, you may have great planning, great control, great destination. You have great credibility. Everybody knows who you are. Your parents are famous, your mother is famous, your father is famous, and you were brought up in the best school, you went to the best universities, it could be Harvard, could be anywhere. You got great, credibility. But the sad thing is that you don't have discipline. Is it self-disciplined? It's not something you learned. It's something you practice. So today, I'm going to learn about discipline. A teacher says, and teach you about discipline. But for me, you cannot learn discipline. You got to practice it. Practice. Am I correct? You got to do it yourself. You got to force yourself to wake up every morning. You got to force yourself to do things slowly and make it, because discipline is actually habit. When you practice discipline, it becomes a habit, and then habit will normally becomes a practice. It's a habit. I don't know why people like to sleep late. Especially in our industry, we have freedom. Or in insurance or in unit trust, we have freedom. Am I correct or not? And you find that a lot of people abuse freedom, whereby they wake up when they feel like waking up. But the question is, why don't you have a discipline whereby you are able to control, wake up early? You know, every moment when you wake up early, you have extra 2 hours. That 2 hours, you know how much you can do? So much more. Discipline. Like we have people here who says that, you know, I want to lose weight. Anyone here want to lose weight? But they have no discipline. No, you're slim enough. I have no discipline. You see, again, when you see the food, oh, what did I have this last meal? It looks so delicious. The chicken is calling me. Wow, the meat is calling me. It's so beautiful. Can I have the last piece? Tak apalah, besok lah. Then again you eat. Then, alamak, kalau saya tahu, tak makan lah. Then tomorrow comes. Same thing will happen and same thing will happen. You have to take charge. Our body is our asset. Do you know that? Our body is like a factory. You must know how to take care of our body, our mindset, our organs. Because they are going to be the best manufacturing plant you ever have in your whole life. If you mess up with them, they can't produce. When they can't produce, what will happen? Your factory have no production. Then it's time for you to close shop. So discipline, not only in the sense of taking care of health, in everything you do. When you put down what you want to do, you better do and control. You see, today, people are very smart. Consumers are getting more and more smarter. Those days, they listened, they see an advertisement, they believed. You know, like in China, I'm going to share this advertisement with you. It's very funny. Have you ever heard a machine can make you taller? Anyone like that? Would you like to get 1 or 2 inches taller? Bagus kan? Lebih tinggi, lebih handsome, lebih beautiful kan? Yes, but then the machine which I saw on the TV is so funny. You know what it is? It's a chair. And then you tie your legs. And then you hang your neck. And then they have a roller. And then the chair will stretch. And that's how you grow taller. And the guy who invented it became a multi-millionaire in China. It is really funny, but the same thing is, why? Okay? Why is it so? Okay, because people always want to be taller. And when the price is right, why not we try? No harm done, am I correct or not? This is a very different approach. So my friend, what I'm trying to say is this, okay? When you want to do something, okay, discipline is the very basic requirement in anything you do. Like today, we start at 9 o'clock sharp, right? Or today, all of you should arrive at 8 o'clock sharp, right? Then we have this code called Malaysian time. Selalunya 1 jam ke depan ke? Tidak, ke belakang. Always you are late. Why? This becomes satu habit. Perangai is a habit. So you have the habit to come late. And when you come late, and then if you come early, it's like something is wrong. I'm early. Tak mungkin, you know, awal. Tak boleh. Tomorrow better be late. Because I'm Mr. Late. If this is your way of doing things, then your friends, when they ask you or meet you, they know they are late. What happened? They also come late. So what happened is that the whole society becomes late. In Hong Kong, you know how much I pay for my lawyer fees? Good lawyers, you pay about 4,500 ringgit per hour. You sit down, talk, tick, 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 tick. Yes, ask me a question, tick, 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 tick. Yes, no. It's already in motion. Time is money, as you have learned. All of you attended thousands of or hundreds or tens of motivational talks. You know, time is money. You pay today to come to this event. Why? Is to listen, is to absorb, is to know what you should do next. I do not know what is your dream. Honestly, there's too many of you here. But for me, whatever dream you have, you must have discipline. You follow what I'm saying here? So planning, you have your credibility, which contributes a lot. And then, of course, you have the discipline. I want to give you two more, which is additional. In fact, there are many more, but two more before I end this session, okay? The fourth point, which is very important for me, is to have one thing in this industry as an usahawan or as an entrepreneur. Listen very carefully. For those of you who want to start your own business, you may have planning, credibility, you may have all the discipline. You need two more things. One more, the fourth thing is, you know what? G-U-T-S. Guts. Because success is only for those who have guts. If you have no guts, forget it. How about we expand to this country? What happens if I lose money? Why not we start this? What happens if there's no response? What happens if I do this and people don't like? You have no guts. That means when you say no guts, means you are a person who does not have confidence. No guts means you're a person who don't believe in what you do. No guts means you have always been a follower, you're not a leader. I remember when our prime ministers those days mentioned, we're going to build KLIA. Berapa? Brazil. Of course lah, all the money goes somewhere. We're going to build KLCC. Why waste money? Do you know if Malaysia do not have these two monuments, people would not recognize us? And then we have Wawasan 2020, right or not? People say, 2020 sudah mati dah saya. You know, why? Because we have a leader. Like now we have one Malaysia, right or not? We have a leader who says, let's create, let's have guts to face what we are facing each day. You need to have guts. When you're in business, when you are really a businessman, you cannot hide. My friends, you can't hide. Where do you want to go? I want to go back home to my mommy. Your mommy cannot help you because your money is in the market. Everything is in the market, am I correct? You can face and resolve it. Either you like it or not. Guts. How do you gain guts? You gain guts through experience. The more you fail, I tell you, I congratulate you. The more you have experience. The more experience you have, that's where you gain more confidence. And then more confidence you have, then this is where your guts will tend to come out from your sense of belief. What would be the worst thing that happen? Tell me. If today I do this business, what's the worst? You lose, correct? So which businessman in the world today do the first business and make 100%? Anyone? You know? Every successful businessman today in the world have failed so many times that you wouldn't even believe. Am I correct? I failed a lot of times. I make mistakes. I learn from mistakes. I make wrong decision. I learn not to make the wrong decision again. All these are the fundamentals you need to have. Guts. What happens if I die? You cannot think what happens if you die. If you are dead, you are dead. Tak perlu fikir lagi, dah mati dah. You should think, what happens if I don't die? That is painful. You don't believe, you can try later. Try to die. In business, it's only why the big boys get bigger and bigger and bigger when the small boys become smaller and smaller. Because big boys become more and more confident and they have more guts. Friends, the world is really fierce. It's a war zone out there. All right? If you have no guts, you will be smashed, stabbed. Anything you think of, your opponent will want to get rid of you. So you need guts. Am I correct or not? And the fifth thing, the last thing before I end, and I pass the mic back to the MC. The fifth thing, I always believe this. No, I do not know whether you are like me. This is me, my own opinion. You must have belief, spiritual belief. You know what spiritual belief means? If you believe in God. Do you believe in God? Who is God? Chao Piao. The bank notes. The bank notes is my God. I tell you, when you have 1 million or 1 billion in your bank, physically, it don't belongs to you. Theory-wise, it's under your name. That's all. It's only when you spend it, it's yours. You follow what I'm saying here? So the more you make, you put in the bank, what happened one fine day? Bang, bang. Who gets it? Your family gets it. Is it good? Well, it's good, but then why not me? I want to spend it first. Believed, spiritual. You have to believe in somebody. Sometimes you will get to a knot, a level whereby you are tired. You don't know where to go. You don't know who to seek for. I'm not saying you must be a 100% believer, every day go to a temple, go to mosque, go to church, pray, break more coconut. No. You can do that if you want, but no. But the major thing is this. You must respect. Above us is always someone looking after us, am I right? If you don't pay respect to your spiritual leader or your God, my God, your life will be incomplete. I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm religious, but I believe, okay, there are things that you have to contribute. That's why I do lots of donations. Okay, and what I was taught in my learning towards spiritual is when you donate, don't tell people how much you donate. It's a true fact, and I learned this. Every year I contribute lots of my income away into donations. Friends, I do not know whether you believe me or not. When you have money, okay, you have power, you have everything, okay, but one thing is that you still can't sleep every night. You still feel that something is missing. You still feel that you are not happy. Do you have this problem? Spiritually, you are empty. Okay talk. There's nothing looking forward for. It is not about financial freedom anymore. It's about contributing to the society. Giving love and care sounds so takut, love and care. My God, Stephen, we look at you. But do you know, by giving real love and care to someone, and when a person, is it in Hong Kong, every year I have this event, every year once, I will get 100 tables. Each table can sit 12 people, so it's about 1,002 people. I will organize every time before Chinese New Year a vegetable, okay, a vegetarian meal for the so-called old folks. I will pay for it. And then we will get the opera orchestra in Hong Kong, and then we'll work with some community services. They will bring them everywhere in Hong Kong to this restaurant. And then every year I will give, ang pao, red pocket, okay, to these old people. And I tell you, when you give them a red pocket, the words they tell you, it means so much. It's not thank you, It's like, we can never find good men like you anymore. Whether she mean it or not for me is one thing. But the words that you gather from all these people, these 1,200 people, you feel that what is 200,000 ringgit or 500,000 ringgit when I could make so many people feel it is a festive season. Contribution. The more you contribute to the society, the more you get back. This is called karma. The more good you do, the more good you receive. Do you believe that? I think, regardless of what religion you are, I think all our teaching will tell us do good. There's no teaching will tell us kill. Killing is good. Blood is freshness. Anyone teach you that? If you are learning that, please don't come close to any of us here. Am I correct or not? So normally we teach good. So when you have all these, I won't say it's a complete package or whatever, but we need to have something to look forward for. You see, we have many people here in this room who have achieved greatness in success of financial freedom. They have companies in different countries. What else next? What's next? They do not know. Why not by creating more, giving people like all of us here an equal opportunity? If every one of us here walks the same directions, speak the same language, I tell you, the world will be peaceful. There shouldn't be any war. But sad to say that not everybody will believe, okay, that it should be done this way. So 45 minutes, I do not know what I can say, except one thing is this, okay? Life is full of mystery, all right? When I was invited by the organizer to speak, actually all of us are busy for sure, but I am extremely busy because I just established my new company and it is enormous size, you know? And I travel so much, you know, and I told him, I said, I'll try to make it. But anyway, because we know him very well, so we committed to help him to organize today's event. But when I come on stage, like what I met the gentleman there, you know, speak freely from your heart. And I said, yes, because this is how I've been doing for the last 20 years in my life. And then when you are able to let everyone here to feel the truth, the so-called, you touch people's mind and people's heart, and that's the greatest information you received. I hope today that this short period of time that I have on stage, I don't think it can do much, but since you already paid for it, assume I have done a lot. Can you do that? Then you'll be very happy, all right? Now, before I end, I would like to say a few more words that we have so many great speakers today who will speak on stage. Have an open mind. Everyone have their own style, own method, but every one of us are going to deliver to you a different, we call as content, or we call skill or knowledge. Do not procrastinate in a sense to judge, are they real or not real? For me, I listened. I listened to a small boy talk, I listened to an old man talk. That's where we gain experience and knowledge. When you start to judge a person, that's where you start to stop. That's where you stop learning. Don't do that, okay? It can be in Bahasa Melayu, English, or whatever language. Try to understand. When you understand, believe me, more help, more assistance, more ways, it will help you even faster. So I've summarized the whole thing again. You have planning. You need to have credibility. That is something for me is very important in the market. Then you need to have discipline to control what you have planned. Otherwise, you can't move forward. You need to have guts to execute. You need to have guts to make sure that what you believe in, what you have planned, and all the years of experience you accumulated, your credibility will pay off. Will pay off because you need to have the guts to make a decision. Don't be afraid to lose. If you don't lose, you never know how to gain. All successful or winners has been through the journey of failure. Otherwise, they do not know what is success. Finally, you need to have a peace of mind. A peace of mind is not money. Am I correct or not? It's not money. It's when you have belief, you have support, you contribute to society, and then you know people believe in you, and then you feel that, I think I have done my best. Then you find your life is, I wouldn't say complete, it's meaningful. Then you live on, not as a normal human being. You live on with a man with a mission. Maybe you think it's crazy. I want to change the world. This is my mission. That's why I'm crazy. People use me. It's okay, as long as I am moving forward each day. So I hope today, this Sunday, you have took your time to come to this hall, and then me being your first speaker. And just now, Mr. Gan was telling me, wow, first speaker must be a strong speaker. For me, I do not know I'm strong or not. But one thing for sure I know is that I'm sincere and I'm very direct. Yes. Thank you very much then.